What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten football channel. Cincinnati at Ohio State as we kick off the Big Ten schedule for Week 2. Noon Eastern Time on ABC. This is part of a great triple header on ABC. You've got this game, you've got Texas A&M Clemson, then LSU, Texas, and primetime. Going to be a great slate of games on ABC. Ohio State's favored pretty big, 16-point favorites, 75.8% chance to win it according to the FBI. But I think Cincinnati is capable of potentially pulling off an upset in this game. I think it's going to be much closer than that. Army at Michigan, another game that might be closer than what the experts think. Michigan's favored by 22.5 points in this game. The FBI likes them at 96.2%. This game is on Fox, also at noon Eastern Time. Army didn't look good week 1. They just didn't. And we'll see if that's an indication of what we're going to see from this team or if it was just a bad game. This will be, I think, a very interesting game to watch. And with Army's option attack and the way they're going to control the ball, I think this might be a pretty low-scoring game, and they might hang around. Rutgers at Iowa, noon Eastern Time. This one's on FS1, so you got 3 games here right out of the gate. 3 entertaining games, most likely, in the Big Ten, all at the same time to kick off the day. Vegas has Iowa favored by 20.5 points, 90.5% chance to win according to the FBI. But I tell you what, Rutgers looked pretty good last week. I think they hang around in this game, and I think it's much closer than that 20.5 points. Watch for this one. Syracuse on the road at Maryland. This should be a great game. Maybe one of the more competitive games in all of college football in Week 2. Maryland's favored by 2 points. Despite Syracuse being ranked, Maryland not ranked. Maryland had a big day in Week 1. Syracuse looked okay. Didn't look maybe as good as you might think. But this will be, I think, a very close game. The spread only favors Maryland by 2 points. FBI likes Maryland at 66.8%. Vanderbilt at Purdue, noon Eastern Time on the Big Ten Network. Purdue favored by 7 points in this game, 54.9% chance to win according to the FBI. This is a Purdue team, though, that just lost in Nevada. I think this game could go either way. It's very tough to make a call on this one. Vanderbilt, I think, is going to surprise some people with their offense, especially going up against that Purdue defense. So I think it's going to be a shootout, a great game that could come down to who has the ball last. Wisconsin hosting Central Michigan, coming off that big win over South Florida. They are 35-point favorites in this game. The FBI has them at 97.4% with their odds to win the game. So, yeah, they should win. It's on Big Ten Network at 3:30 Eastern Time. Central Michigan 1-0 coming in here. But, yeah, Wisconsin was really impressive last week against South Florida. If they can continue that and not have a letdown after that big win, they should roll in this game, and it shouldn't be close at all. But if they let Central Michigan hang around, you never know. A game that I am really looking forward to is Nebraska at Colorado. This game will be on Fox at 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central Time. And I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be high scoring, a shootout, really good offenses going at it in this game. Nebraska is favored by 3.5 points. Colorado at 51.2% according to the FBI. So Vegas and the FBI disagree. We had 3 games last week where the FBI and Vegas did not agree. In those 3 games, Vegas was right all 3 times. So that bodes well if you're a Nebraska fan. But to me, this is going to be a high-scoring shootout game that could go either way. It's going to be fun to watch. Illinois at UConn. Illinois favored by 20 points in this game, looking to get off to a 2-0 start before they get into a little bit tougher part of their schedule. They have a 92.3% chance of winning this game, so they should win. It shouldn't be really any problem at all. I didn't see UConn last week. They're 1-0. This was a team that was horrible last year, so maybe they've gotten a little bit better, but I think Illinois will ultimately win this game without too much trouble. It is on the road, though. You never know. We now go to Eastern Illinois at Indiana. This game should not be close. Indiana is favored by 35.5 points. FBI likes the Hoosiers at 98.5%. I thought they would beat Ball State a little bit easier last week. So maybe this game winds up being a little bit closer, but you're playing an FCS opponent this time. They should win and should win easily. One of the more impressive teams from Week 1 was Penn State. I know they just played Idaho, but they put up a lot of points in that game. We'll see if they can do it now against Buffalo, a team that was pretty good last year out of the MAC. Lost a lot, though. I don't expect them to really be competitive in this game. The game's actually in prime time on Fox. You don't normally see a group of 5 team like Buffalo in a game like that. But Vegas likes the Nittany Lions big. They have them favored by 30 points. FBI also likes Penn State, 98.9% chance to win this game. It shouldn't really be all that close. Western Michigan at Michigan State. This is one of those games where Michigan State might come out a little bit slow. It's just kind of a gut feeling. I just kind of think they might come out slow. Western Michigan's not a bad team at all. 16 points. I think Western Michigan can cover that. I think that they'll keep this game pretty close. Again, I think Michigan State's struggles on offense maybe come back to bite them in this game. I do think they'll win, but again, I think it'll be closer than that 16-point spread. Maybe it's more like a 10-point game. Minnesota at Fresno State, late night game at 10:30 Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. We've got Minnesota favored by 3 points. Fresno State looked pretty good against USC last week. The game last year was a great game. FBI likes Minnesota at 62.6%. But going out west is a little bit tricky. We saw some teams, some Power 5 teams, just last week go out west and lose to Group of 5 teams. Could this be another situation where that happens?